Hey guys, it's Shamsa and welcome back to my channel. Now today the recipe that I've got for you all is so cute, so dainty. You're gonna love this. They're my mini aloo samosa, perfect for any afternoon tea. They are spicy, crunchy, and the filling is honestly to die for. So let me run through what you need and then we'll start cooking. So the ingredients you're going to need for the dough first of all is 2 cups of plain flour, which equates to 500 grams. I've got 150 milliliters of cold water here. You need 4 tablespoons of oil, butter or ghee. I've got 1 teaspoon of salt, and I've got half a heaped teaspoon of carom seeds, which are ajwain. Now for the filling, I've got here pre-boiled potatoes, which I boiled with the skin on. I've let them cool and I've actually taken the skin off and then chopped them up roughly. I've got 1 medium onion, which I finely diced. I've got a good handful of fresh coriander, which I've washed and cut. And I've got here 2 tablespoons of oil. You also need half the juice of a lemon and the following spices. I've got half a tablespoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of chili powder, coriander powder, garam masala and nigella seeds, which are known as kulanji, and dried chili flakes. I've got 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, and I've got 3 green chilies which I've sliced. These are optional, you can add however much or little you wish. And I've got 2 teaspoons of finely grated ginger and garlic here. So let's start cooking. So to make the dough, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our flour into a larger bowl, and into that we're going to add our salt and our carom seeds, which are the ajwain, and just give that a mix just with your hands so that's nicely combined. And then just make a well in the middle. And now we're going to take our oil and we're going to take 4 tablespoons and add them straight in. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now we're just going to bring everything together and we're going to try and make a sort of like a crumble texture. So like a texture that resembles breadcrumbs or crumble. So just work that oil into that flour and just keep sort of like pushing down and mixing with your fingers and just sort of like making sure all of that flour is coated with that oil that we added. Perfect. And you should be able to sort of like, if you feel that, that's kind of like slightly crumbly. And into this, we're going to take our water and we're just going to add maybe half of it first and bring that dough together. And you don't want this to be sort of like a loose dough, you want it to be quite firm. So adding the water in a little by little is probably a good idea. And the last lot of it going in now. And we're going to bring all of that dough together, so make sure there's no dry bits of flour in that. So just work it really well until you've got a smooth dough. And then we're going to knead it. And there you have it, guys. So you can see that dough is really nice and stiff, and that's what you want. So there you have it, guys. My dough is all ready, and all I'm going to do now is just pop some cling film over the top of it, just like that, just to prevent it from drying out. And I'm just going to set that aside and leave that for 30 minutes. Right, okay, so my pan is nice and hot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my oil in, and I'm just going to allow it to heat up. Just give it a couple of seconds. And then straight in with the ginger, garlic and green chilies. And we're just going to give this about a minute or 2 just to get rid of the rawness. So that is looking perfect. My heat setting is on a 1 because I don't obviously want the garlic and ginger to burn. And then straight in with my onions, my cumin seeds and all of my dry spices straight in. And I'm going to squeeze my lemon juice straight in there as well. And just mix this all up. And we're just going to sort of like stir it and make sure all of that is nicely combined. I'm going to turn my heat setting up to a 5, which is a medium heat setting. And I'm just going to cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes, just so the onions start to soften a little. And I'll show you how they look once they're done. Right, okay, so the onions are now ready, and into that I'm going to add my boiled potatoes. And just mix everything together. And what you want to do is you just want to break these up slightly. So some of them you want to be, chunky, some of them you want to be slightly mushy. So all of that mixture that we've just made, the spicy masala for the filling, actually penetrates into that. So just with the spatula, just slightly break them up like that. That is perfect, and you can see that there's slightly chunky bits in there, as well as some bits which are sort of like mashed and mushy. So it gives a really nice texture. And just to finish off, we're going to take that fresh coriander and just add it straight in. Just give that a final mix. There you have it, guys. That looks absolutely wonderful. So I'm just going to turn my hob off, and I'm going to remove this from the heat, and I'm going to allow that to cool down. And once it's cooled, we'll start making the samosa. Right, okay guys, the dough has had 30 minutes resting time. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a little hole in the middle of it like that, and just make sure I just break it there so it becomes like a sausage. And now I'm going to just slice that in half, and then just do equal sort of like little portions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the same again with this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just pop these back into our bowl. So now with this, what we're going to do is we're just going to form it into a little dough ball like that, just like I do when I make chapatis, and then press down. Or you could lift up and you could just sort of like swirl it like between the palm and your thumb here, just to sort of like flatten it out, which if you prefer is easy, do it this way. Or you can just put it on the board and just flatten it like that with your fingers. And then we're just going to roll as thinly as possible around chapati. And there we have it. And all we're going to do is we're just going to slice it all the way through the middle, which will give us 2 samosas. So now that you've done that, put one to the side and take one. And I've got some water here in a bowl, just here. I'm going to take a little bit of water. I'm going to fold this side over first, so the right side gets folded over into the middle like that. And I'm going to take some water and I'm going to apply it down this middle bit here. And I'm going to do the same across like that, and I'm going to take the left side and just take it right across and just sort of like push down to form my little samosa like that. And then you want to lift it up, open it up, and you will have a little pocket to fill with your filling. So there you have it, guys. That is how you make a Punjabi samosa. And now we are ready to fill this. Right guys, to fill the samosas, I've got my filling which has cooled, and I'm just going to take a really decent amount, which is probably around a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of filling. I'm going to fill it up like that, and I'm going to take some water and just apply it all the way around the edge, which is going to help us seal our samosas. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the back bit and we're just going to create a fold in there like that and apply pressure and then just press down like that and just make sure everything looks good. And this Punjabi samosa should be able to sit down on its own. And there you have it, guys. That Punjabi samosa is done. And I'm going to go on and create all of my little samosas and I'll show you how they look once they're done. Right, okay guys, I have made all of my Punjabi samosas up and they look super cute. The mixture and the dough gave me 22 bite-sized samosas. These are perfect cocktail-sized samosas for any parties. So I'm going to go off and fry these now and show you guys how they look. Right guys, in a wok here I've got my oil which is nice and hot, and to test the temperature of the oil, if you haven't got a temperature gauge, is to just take a cocktail stick and just insert that right into the middle like that, and you can see that it started to bubble, which is a good indicator that the oil is ready. So I'm going to just put my temperature down on my hob to a 4, which is a low to medium, and I'm gently going to lower the samosas in one by one. And we are going to fry these for about 5 to 6 minutes until they're really nice and sort of like golden and crispy and crunchy on the outside. Try not to overcrowd them, so just probably get one more in there. There we are. And I'll show you how they look once they're done. Right, okay guys, these are now ready, so I'm just going to take them out and pop them onto some kitchen paper and just let them drain while I continue frying the rest of them. Right guys, I have plated up my Punjabi samosa and just look how cute they look. Oh my god. Right, pop this down here for a sec. I'm going to tuck into this now and tell you guys exactly how it is. Oh my god, my mouth is watering. Right, look, just look. Oh, how cute. Right, I'm going to go straight in for the tamarind chutney because I really want something sour to go with these. Look at that. Oh, wow. Mmm. Oh, wow. That filling is gorgeous. Mmm. Honest to God, guys, don't take my word for it. Try the recipe, you'll thank me later. Ooh, it's hot as well. I underestimated those green chilies that I added. Guys, if you want it slightly milder, just either leave out the chili flakes and the chili powder and just add in the green chilies, or add it in the green chilies and leave out the other stuff. So work it that way and you'll get a milder filling. But honestly, it's beautiful. I love it spicy. Guys, if you've enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't also forget to subscribe. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost a penny. And turn on your bell notifications because you're never going to miss any new updates from me ever again. I'll catch you next week with another one. Till then, take care and happy eating.